Okay, well, I was looking and looking and looking, and so I found this Fiskars that I had that does these little heart doodads. I'm sorry, I do not, I must have got it at a garage sale or something. It's not one of the easiest ones I've worked with, so I am going to get some aluminum foil and see if I can sharpen that up a little bit. But it makes it makes this pretty little heart pattern. Can you see that? I really like that. So I think I'm going to, all my strips, see, I can do it across this way too, cut it in half, and then I can stick this anywhere. And then cover with paper. So I think instead of doing a lot of die cuts and things like that, I think that is what I'm going to do. If you want to draw yourself some kind of little funky thing, I've seen them working with circles where you can make yourself your own little doodad. Very, very cute stuff. And I will not this time, but I will go over some of those different things with you that I have been watching people do that really have quite a few things that you can do. Really cute stuff with just simple circles. You can do the same thing with squares, ovals. So, I am just going to take this and I'm going to line up my edge, stay away from my score line. I'm going to open it back up. I don't want to crush my gusset. Okay. Now I'm going to mark this. That's not exactly straight. What happened? Is it just my gussets? Oh, okay. It was just my gusset. No, not really. Wow. Okay. They're both off. Just a little bit. That's just weird. Huh. I think it's just the gusset because now it's just fine. Okay. So now I'm going to make it a little shorter than the back. And I'm going to flip it back on itself and make myself a pocket. And I know that I want to be able to use the, I mean, if I just glue this down, then you're just going to have a single little piece that can go down there, which is fine. Because this is the front. And so that'll be fine. Because I'll be able to fit a couple of those cards in here or, stuff. There'll be stuff that I can fit in here. So that's good. We'll just glue that together. I'm thinking. So now in here, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do like a waterfall, but let's see, if I do it this way, I probably would get all 3 of them. So I want the first one to be about here, and then the next one to be about there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 the same length. Same width, I should say. Maybe a titch shorter. Okay, and I'm going to cut 2 of them at the same time. So hopefully oh, well, I didn't read my, yeah. I tell you, black is just killing me. Just killing me. Okay, so now these pages are almost 7 inches. There's not a whole lot off of 7 inches. So I'm going to do a half an inch, fold it over, center it, stay away from your lines. And this one, oh, yes, I will be using you again. This one I'm going to make, I get it right there where I want it. I'm going to make this one, where are you? 4.5 inches. Give or take a smidge. Hey guys, it's Lisa, Paper Lace and Bling. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know if I'm still on the same video, if I started a new one, because my camera just got full and just stopped on me. So that was not very nice. But what I was doing was I needed to add a little gusset to this. So I peeled this off of the front cover. Of course, I tore it up a little bit, but we'll fix it. Nothing we can't fix. It's just paper. If I wanted to, I could just cut this off and put this whole new panel on. But I don't think I need to do that. Okay, so now I didn't do this until I got you guys back, unloaded everything. Good Lord, it took forever. Doesn't it though, when you're sitting there waiting on it? Okay, so I've got this, 1 7/8 piece, but I'm going to do a 1/2 inch, and that's for my first little flap that's going to actually attach, my flap attachment flap. Yeah. And then I'm just going to do 1/8 inch. I think that's all I'll need, but it really was worth it to do this the right way. All right, and the other thing that I need to do is just cut this. Puh. Yummy. I got some hair in my mouth, so. All right, so I'm just cutting off the part of the flap that I can get to, because I don't think I can peel this. Maybe I can peel this other half off, so we don't end up with such a thickness there. All right, so all I need to do is mark this so that it's going to be, that does not look very straight. Okay, let me mark this so I have the right width. And I'll just put this other back in my stash because I'll have it for later. All right, let's get this folded. Put this, I'm gonna put that away. Okay, trying to keep things somewhat neat. You know what I say, clean up on aisle 5, please. Yeah. Yeah. Because you just end up with too much stuff. Too much stuff. Okay. So there, my 1/8 of an inch, and that's going to be really nice. You know, it was very, very much needed. So, yeah, I'm going to put this long strip, and it will cover all of this and help with where I had to tear it off. So the short side is going to get some glue, and I'm going to push the score mark. So all I have on this back side that I'm looking at is just the flap. And it's going to be easier to just line it up that way. Make sure you put on enough glue because this is going to hold. This is fairly, well, it's not heavy, but you know, as far as things that paper is holding, it's got some weight to it. And through the years, you know, you never know. So I'm putting this right up to the edge. Let's flip it over here. There we go. And I am going to have to, you know, decorate the back. And I'm going to put a magnet on here. And I'm going to put a magnet on the back side of this. Normally I would have put it on the front side, but I have a hard enough time getting these to lie flat, but I'm also going to want to put the magnet where this isn't. And well, since I've done the little gusset here, I don't think I have to. I was going to say I was going to put 2 magnets on here, so if it gets fatter and grows, it will just catch the second magnet. And you can do that just like belt loops have holes in them. You can put a magnet here and then a magnet, you know, just slightly less further in, so that as it fills up and it goes from this magnet, it'll catch this magnet, give it that room. Yeah, it's using up magnets that you don't know that you really need to use up, but if you're selling it and you want people to, you know, really enjoy the product that you've made and for it to really work throughout the years, sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and do it, you know? So, gosh, I love that. I just love that. I know it looks like a lot, but it's just so stinking cute. I just love it. I'm really glad that I ended up with a bunch of little things to play with, because I am having a blast doing this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this bad boy. And there, I'm yawning again. Now, when I got off, I had dinner, cleaned up, while all of this, because I have my phone and my camera to download. And so, yeah, I was getting something to eat because I was hungry. I was very hungry. But, yeah, that looks good. But, I didn't yawn the entire time. I watched a show. I ate my dinner. Whew, excuse me. I even went out because my husband, after dinner, he said, you know, I think I want to go out and work on that knife some more. It's driving me nuts. He's at a point that he wants it to go one way, but he doesn't really know if it's going to be happy doing that. If you know, you know, when you want it to be one way, but you just can't make it happen. So he's there, and it's driving me nuts. He said that, and I've made it in my sleep the last couple of nights. I got to get out there. I said, well, go for it, babe. Go for it. So he's out doing his thing. So I'm in here doing mine. Yay! I tell you, both of us being retired is really, well, I mean, I've got my Etsy shop, but that's still, I can do that from home, so it's no biggie. But really, it's just, we've both fallen into it just like, it's good. It's all good. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, this hole, and not all of them are cut through all the way, so it's not really all that easy to get this out. And you know, if you scratch the back of it, you're done. Huh. Oh, there, I scratched the back of it. Ugh! Drive me nuts. Okay. Probably would have looked better if I just left it in there. But I'm going to put the little drink me thing like right there. And I think I'll put the cups like that. I think that looks really cute. And then, where can I, now if I put this up a little higher, I might be able to just get that magnet like right here. And that should work. All right, so find my magnets. Let me go ahead and put this where I want it. See, I want it this way, I want it this way. Let's kind of do that one straight, and we'll have this one. This is off to the side a little bit, and we'll pull this one down here. Yeah. Okay. Let me go ahead and, well, I don't know if I want to do something there or not, but I'm wanting, okay, so I'm going to, I'm going to take that off. Let's take this little sticky stuff, little cover, if I can get it with my fingernails. My fingernails have been getting so long, and I have not gotten the practice using them, so I'm actually thinking I'm going to cut them because they're driving me crazy. Now, I don't want this so far on the edge that, you know, when I go to cover it with paper, it's over here, when I go to cover it with paper, that it's not going to cover nicely. So there is the magnet, and then slide one off. Okay, let me get another one because that one's wanting to be sticker side down, and I want one that's one thing I like about not having the sticker stuff on it. And you can get them off Amazon. Oh, for heaven's sakes. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and, yeah, I'm just going to touch this down. Lift it up, and now I'll get a little bit of my 1/4 inch. You can use 1/8. You can use any size you want, but I usually use the 1/4 inch. Just so it's a little, just so it stays. Stays where I want it to stay. Now, excuse me, do I want to do anything with the string? What could I do with this string through the Drink Me? Okay, so I can tie a little bow. I can tie a cute little bow. Here we go. All right. Just remember, I know it's like a waste of thread, but it's so much easier to deal with a longer piece to make your bow than it is to deal with a shorter piece. Okay, once you get it the size you want it and get it laying the way you want it, it still needs to be a little smaller. Okay. Then I take glue and I get it usually in the back, you know, and just so that the, oops, just so that the strings all stayed adhered. So let's get this one glued down. I like the little black and silver with this. And this is mainly just to cover that black piece of that black strip that is holding the, that, you know, is the background of this. That's mainly why I am putting that down. Should I have put black on it? Probably so. Let's see. Can I not pull up? Yeah, it was still wet enough. No, that's got... Let's put a little more glue on here and stick this on some black paper. It's going to make it stand out so much nicer. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll put it back on there. Oh, here it is. So, and I think this teacup is just going to come right down here. Do I want to put, I didn't put this one on. There is part of it that's not sticking. So I don't think I'm going to put these on black. I put the sign on, but I don't think I'll put these on. I think I'm just going to glue these down. There we go. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Find the right light source. I've got lights shining in all directions over here, so because I'm trying to keep you guys from having a shadow, but I give myself shadows, so I don't know. I don't know how it's working for you guys if I'm making shadows for myself. Just don't cut your ribbon. All right. Oh yeah, that's much nicer. Much nicer. And it gives it a little bit more of a feel of the same way as it is on the other page. And it's also a little prettier to look at on the back. Let me get... This is still a little damper than I thought it would be, but just get the glue off of there. Okay. So I've got the Drink Me, the Eat Me. Super cute. I'm tickled pink with this. Tickled pink. Now, the only other thing we've got to do is open these up. And let's go ahead and put these down. Okay. I'm going to just about, what, 1/8 of an inch off of my corner. Oops. And then I'm going to line this up. And just lay this down, leaving a wide berth for my score line. There we go. Make sure we're nice and straight. There we go. So there's that one and that one. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing. About 1/8 of an inch off my corner. And remember, I have a decorative corner, so it's further from the edge of the page, but it's 1/8 of an inch from this innermost corner for me. However you guys are doing it, it just depends on if you did a decorative corner, if you know, or wherever you want it. You know, if you want it in a certain spot that I'm not putting it in, by all means do it. Put it in that spot. Because you guys have, what they call it, artistic licensing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, lining it up. Leaving some room for my fold, for my, yeah, those things. I actually am trying to remember what the heck it's called. My score lines. Oh, goodness gracious. So this way, so I've got the hearts here and the hearts here. And then this. So that's going to be super cute. Now, if you want the hearts on the same side, by all means, go ahead and do it. But when I decorate, that will be another element in this whole thing. But we have hearts on this card, which is one reason I thought the card would go with this, but the other reason was it had the hearts. So I'm liking incorporating all that. Okay, so that is the inside front of this little booklet. And with all of this, I'm thinking this side is just going to be a simple frame. That's what I'm thinking this side is going to be. However, because I then want to put I still want to use these, maybe something like this. So, picture, tag kind of thing. So, I do need to give myself a little bit of a gusset on this side. Okay, so I'm just going to get my little scoreboard out. Layer down, make sure I've got it nice and flush along the edge there. And I'm just, again, it's going to be 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And then I'm lining that score mark up with my lined score so then I can, you know, finish out. So that will give me enough space so that I can go ahead and still do what I was planning, just not on this side. Because I think with these here, whatever I have coming off of that they're going to hook, they're going to do something. And I don't want this to be damaged, and I don't want this to be damaged. So this is probably just going to be a simple frame. And I used to do with my frames, and I do the mitered corners. Well, I have seen everybody doing it a different way now, so I think it's a darn good idea. So I'm going to show you guys, if you haven't already seen it, on doing a frame. So, but first, I want to go ahead and get these done. Now I'm looking at my scrap pieces of black, and I really don't have anything very deep. They're just strips, and that's okay. I always can use black strips. Now I have this pocket. Let's see. I'm going to leave this. It will come in handy. I know it will. Here is a scrap. So, let's first if you want to know, this is 3 7/8 by probably 11. Yeah, 3 7/8 by 11, or what's that? 28 centimeters by 9.9 centimeters. You know, whatever little scrap you have that you can work with is going to be great. If you have a couple of these, well, that will work really nicely, because that's about all I'm going to do is approximately a 2-inch pocket. I'm probably just going to fold this in half, and that's what I'm going to use. So here is my first 1/2 inch score mark, and I'm going to fold that in half. I mean, you know, fold that. I'm going to take my paper, match up my corner, and fold down, matching up my edges of my paper as I go. Okay. And now I'm just going to cut off ever so little bit, just so it opens up those two pieces. So I'm just cutting that little fold off. That looks good. Okay. All right. So now we have, I think, plenty deep enough for the tags, because when I decorate the tags, I want you to see the tags. I'm not interested in the pocket. The pocket's just going to be something very simple. I want you to see the tags. See, and here, it's enough to hold the tag, because the tag will probably come down to here. So that's going to give it a firm grasp. A nice 2-inch. That'll be, 1 3/4 inches at least of the tag. But you're going to be able to see all of this part. So I really like that idea. Okay. So here's the tag. And just take the pencil, and just make a little mark where you're going to want that to be. And I'm going to make a score mark. Doesn't really matter where, how big yours is. It's however big you want it to be. Now, this is for your information. About 4 3/8. Okay? It's about 4 3/8 from the score line to score line. So that's how big the pocket's going to be. And this sheet here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. So 4 3/8 is going to be over half of our page, and probably even more so on this page. So you will have some overlapping. It's okay. Just going to cut off that 1/2 inch. Now on these, I'm going to go ahead and just take that little slender triangle off. Okay. And I'm going to want all of these to be the same length, because I want all of them to be uniformly the same. Okay, and then the last one. Okay, so let's also score them the same. So we have okay, so I'm not, because I pre-cut that. Let me do it this way, and I should be able to line it up for a score mark. Okay, so we're going to, is that 5/8? Yeah, we're going to score it at, no, 4 3/8. Right? Nope. It was 4 5/8. Dadgummit. Well, when it gets covered, you won't be able to tell. Over here. That's much better. You will not be able to tell that that happened. Okay, there's 2. And these don't have any, so we got a 1/2 inch and 4 5/8. Right? Right here. A 1/2 inch and 4 5/8. Which is right before the 4 3/4. Just so you guys know. It's the line before. Some of you who don't like the ruler stuff. that one. All right. Throw that away. I think we're done with this for a little while. All these little pieces. These 4. These can go in the garbage. All right. So we can start with one down here. And they might be small enough where they won't interact too much. And then this one will go right. So I'm going to have to bring that down a little bit. Yeah, now that will get that one all the way in. Okay, so I'm going to take my pencil, take this out, and I'm going to make a mark right at the end of my, so I know where this one is going to go. I'm going to carry that mark into my gusset area because once I cover this, I won't be able to see that. And I will do that same piece over here. So it'll be a little tighter on this side, but I'm going to be fine with that. I'm going to be fine with it. Okay, so now it's just going to be getting some cover stuff done. Covering these pages, and I will bring you back for the frame, but I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this just real quick by myself. I know, I'm sorry. I will probably bring you in for one of these pages. Let me say that. I'll do one first, figure out exactly how I'm going to like it, and I'll bring you in for one. That way you can see what I'm doing. But I mean, this is all going to be pretty straightforward. It's just cut and paste, you know. But I will bring you in for the frame, and I will bring you in for one of these once I figure out exactly the way I'm doing it. Thanks, guys. Until next time, enjoy, and yeah, thinking outside the box, baby. Till next time, guys. Bye.